All right, hey guys, Jason here. We're up here at J.C. Lewis Ford, Statesboro. You can see the humidity is very high. Mustangs? Nope. Some little Subaru rice burner thingamabobber or whatever they call those things. But anyway, what we want to talk about today, buying the right used truck. I believe we have hit a time now in history here where there is actually a stage where you should and you should not. Now, what do I mean by that? First of all, if we take a look here, we got some blown out lights. You can see them flashing up here. Got some light bulbs going bad, but this is where some of the vehicles I want to talk about are. So, first of all, if you're going to buy something used, you have a lot of options. There's a million trucks used. Now, a lot of people think to buy something slightly used, such as this Raptor right here. You buy this Raptor slightly used and you're going to get a good deal. Actually, we know who you guys as well too. The guy who owned this Raptor and traded it in on a brand new Raptor is the same guy that owned the blue Ford Ranger Raptor that I reviewed up there at Metter Ford a couple weeks ago. I see him, I run into him at dealers. He's up here to, he does like I do. He's a car fanatic like I am, a truck guy. He's out here at night like this. I run into him up here. I've run into him and his family a couple of times, and they're out here doing the same thing I do, and we have conversations out here. And like I said, I know he just bought a brand new Raptor, traded in this Raptor here for that new Raptor, and that Ranger Raptor was his as well too. But so here's a truck that I know history of. Maintained perfectly, taken care of flawlessly. So 2020 Ford Raptor. People are like, well, why did he get rid of it? Well, because he loves trucks and he wanted a new one. That's it. There's no reason to it. This did not give him any problems. It was no issues. It was unfaulting in every kind of way. There was nothing about this truck that was wrong, bad, or anything like that. They are dusty. They've been doing a lot of road construction here. Everything is dusty. But, so like I said, I personally know the history of this truck. It's been fantastic. However, I bet, and I did not, but I bet when you look up the price of this truck, what the dealership is going to ask for it, versus what the dealership would ask for a new one, like that one, which is actually just like he bought. That white one right there is almost exactly the new one he's driving right now. But, if you were to compare the price of what the dealership will ask for this one used, and I don't know that price, versus the price of a new one, plus the deals that you can get on a new one with the discounts and the rebates, I bet that number is very, very close. Now, this is the same for all trucks. I just happen to know that Raptor. That's why I'm bringing it up. It's like that for all trucks. Doesn't matter which one, but what we run into is with any of these new trucks like that, when they're that slow, slightly, barely used. Okay, we got other examples here. I don't want to go all the way down there, but there's a Canyon over there used. We got a lot of stuff that's a lot of basically new trucks. They're barely used and they're up for sale. You can get them, but most of the time the deals are too close to the price of a new one. Plus, with the new one, it's easier to get a warranty from the factory. Usually the warranty price is better. Usually your interest rate is better on a new one than it is a used one automatically. So you have to take that 1, 2, or 3 points into consideration. So maybe your new F-150, let's just say this was a 2024 used with 15,000 miles on it, and they're going to give it to you for $45,000. The new version of this, brand new as a 2025, is $52,000. You're like, well, I'm saving. What I say on that, let's just say we'll call it 40. Let's say you're going to get 40, and the new one's 52. You're like, it's $12,000 different to buy that one. That's the way to go. Not really, because you can get, you should be able to get at least $12,000 off of a new one. Or even if you only got 10 grand off of a new one, now you're at 42, plus you're going to get a better interest rate. You see what I'm talking about? Used cars don't deal as good as new cars do. So there's that thing we're talking about in there. And used cars that are slightly used are for the world of people that don't understand how to negotiate or how to buy a car the right way. That's where they live in this world. And it's not a bad place to be, and I'm not knocking anybody that's in it, but you have to understand that zone is a scary zone. Especially when you're looking at something that's got that, it's over 36,000 miles and you cannot get an extended warranty for it anymore from the factory. That gets kind of hairy. Now, what is a right used truck to buy? In my opinion, this is all opinion based. something like this. Why? Because this is proven. We're not going to stay here. That light's going to drive me nuts. But something like that Tacoma, we're talking about a quality vehicle that is built well and proven. The key is I can't air quote because one finger doesn't move. What proven is what we're looking for. These, no offense, but I'm staying away in a used world. I would much rather go save the money and go back and find something from 10 years ago that doesn't have any of the wet belt BS and a lot of the stuff that's on them today and any of that kind of stuff. Same with the Chevys. I would rather go back before they had the fuel management systems and all that stuff in there. If I'm going to buy one, I'd rather do that. I want something that is a proven design if I cannot put a factory warranty on it. Perfect example. Excellent, strong, reliable, well-built truck that's holding up very well. Nissan Frontier SV, what is this, a 23? Let's see, what do we got here? Is this a 23? I was right, 2023 right there. It doesn't say how many miles, but this is a proven good kind of a truck that might be worth it. Now, however, it is still bordering in that zone of could be, you might be better off buying a new one. Same with this SR5 right here. Okay, this 4Runner, typically this is a great buy. This is a bulletproof, strong truck that's going to last for many, many years and is an incredible purchase to do. And that's true. However, you also have to weigh the consideration of what they're charging for these things today because there's a cult following for them now. All right, let's take a quick second, mention our sponsor of this video here, Last Fit. They build some of the most amazing products. We use their stuff on everything. Every truck I own and have owned recently has been all set up with Last Fit stuff. We're going to take a look at it real quick and show you some of their offering. All right, so if we look at these mats, look at the coverage, look at the overlay of these things, the quality of these things, they're insane. This is high-level stuff. Look at the difference. Here it is in a Nissan. This is in a Nissan Sentra, deep dish pockets. Look at even the back end. If you got kids, like my daughter does here, and this is her car, look at that, collecting all the debris, all the food pieces, everything falling out of there, even a back. High deep dish design to these things so that you don't even have to ever vacuum again. All of the dirt and the debris will stay contained in them. Look, the size difference of these compared to factory ones too are amazing, and the price is incredible, but look at how much bigger these are than the actual factory floor mats in this 4Runner. See, the size difference is huge, and so laser fit perfect. They offer them for every single vehicle that you can think of out there, basically. Their prices are absolutely phenomenal, and the big thing, as you're looking at these, look at the review numbers. Look at the sheer number of 5-star reviews on these things, on every one of them. They are incredible quality on every kind of level. You cannot go wrong with Last Fit. So what is hanging on me here? Spider webs all over me. There we go. But you got to play that card right. So again, if you're looking for used trucks, my opinion is climb the ladder if you want to, but I think you should stop that ladder short of getting to the slightly used vehicles. I would just skip that game. I would stay with the stuff that's old enough that it's going to be affordable, old enough that it's got a proven track record per that vehicle with Carfax. Let's get away from these lights. Proven track record with Carfax for that particular vehicle. It's proven itself. Proven. And it is a reliable, durable platform, preferably one that is getting away from all of this new crap that we have to deal with active fuel management systems and cylinder deactivations and wet belts and all of this BS that comes with trucks today that is very, very annoying. We can't stand dealing with, and it plagues every manufacturer and all the tech that's in them, and the sensor amount, the amount of sensors and computer chips that are in a vehicle today is like 17 times more than what it was a few years ago. It's insane how astronomically complex these trucks are today. So if you could get one, if you're going to buy used and you're going to plan on putting miles on it and you're not going to have a warranty and all your expenses are out of pocket, my advice, skip the lightly used stuff and go to something that's more reliable and proven right now. currently, in the times we are. That might change a few years from now, but right now, with what we've had, because most of the used market you're looking at is at pre-20, or your slightly used stuff is the stuff right after the 2020 BS that this country went through. And that 2020 stuff and everything that happened thereafter destroyed the auto industry as far as reputation goes. It's been wrecked. And anything above that, since then, I'm not really that interested in, for fear of what they could be. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be a bad thing. I'm just saying it's a risk I just don't feel comfortable taking. I would rather step back further and get that reliability, get that proven tech, get that proven system in it, and then that way it's easier to work on, maintain, do things with, than deal with this on my own, which is also the reason I don't buy used. I don't play there. Again, as I said in the beginning, usually you can get a better deal on new than you can slightly used anyway, especially when you take into account the interest rate and the stuff like that in there too. So that's my take on it. Hopefully it helps you make some decisions, think about things the right way, the smart way, or whatever you need to do, and that's what I'm here for. Give you some advice and some of my thought and a different way to look at things. Questions, comments, anything you got, put them below. Thanks for watching.